Okay, so here we are at the sheep and chickens, and we're gonna switch to our outside camera. And we're gonna fire up our Brush Hog as we drag our camera through the trees. Sorry about that. And I want to clear off a little bit of space around here, because I'm gonna put the thing for this slurry pit. Whoa. We are definitely out of balance for weight here. I think I have too much on the nose. Okay, let me drop those barrels here. I think we have too much on the nose. We'll drop those barrels. We'd probably be okay with about half of the amount of water in there. I don't have a good way to ditch half of it right now, though. Although, maybe I do. Let's get some stuff put together here. See, this is much better. Yay for steering. Steering's always good. So now that we can actually see where we're at, we're going to spin back around here. We're just going to open up this whole area. So a couple of things since the last episode, or the first episode. I'm recording on a different day here. I did the first 3 episodes all in one go. It was kind of cool. But we're, congratulations, yay us, we're up to 51 subscribers, so welcome to all y'all, the new ones. Thanks for sticking with us, or thanks for deciding to see where we're gonna go. I hope I can give you some good content. And the other thing that kind of happened is the author of this map, Poorboy, has a new map coming out. I just saw a preview for it last night. It's called Deadwood. And it features a lot of the same productions that this map does, on a different layout, and there's some improvements and some changes and stuff. So I was really just trying to decide if I wanted to just scrap what I had recorded and wait for Deadwood to drop and start over on that one. Hopefully cash in on a little bit of the new mod map buzz, or if I wanted to just carry on with what I was doing here. And I thought about it for a couple of days while I had these 3 episodes recorded, and I decided, yeah, I'm going to go with Mason County. And the reason I decided to go with Mason County was I'm into it right now. Deadwood, when it drops, we're not sure when it's going to drop, because it's at Giants right now. It might be a day, it might be a week. And I didn't want to delay production any more than I had to. So we're going to roll with this. There's a baby sheep. Now I'm wondering, I kind of want to go in there with the mower and burn down half of it and get the brush out of there and just make it a little bit better looking. Okay, we might do that off camera. I also want to get those dead trees out of there and probably replant them with other trees. I think we'll do that off camera too, because I don't know how we're going to get them out of there. And hopefully we're not going to drop them on any of the baby animals, because that would be bad. Now, the other thing that I wanted to talk about was I noticed on the first episode for sure, and I haven't edited the second and the third episode yet, but the vocals, or my voiceover, was clipping a little bit. Maybe a little bit more than a little bit, and I think I got that sorted out. As usual, it was a Windows thing, because for some reason the default for the Windows microphone settings is to be jacked all the way up, and this mic is already hot to begin with. It's I'm using a Yeti, and an older one at that. I think this one's like probably about 6 or 8 years old. So it's a hot mic, and and the audio was clipping. I went in and I adjusted the setting for Windows audio down after taking 15 minutes to find it, because they couldn't just leave it on the front page. They had to ask me if I wanted to set up Alexa and all that bullshit first. Anyway, eventually we got it set up, and I think what was happening was, even though I had my levels turned down in OBS, it was clipping before it even got to OBS because it was going through Windows first. So hopefully this sounds better. And I'm not worried about my levels being too low, because I can always bring them up in Premiere when I edit. I've done that before, so we'll see. Right now we're somewhere between -6 and -10 on the meter in OBS. So we'll see how this sounds. Hope it sounds good. All right, we're clipping along here. So I talked about Deadwood, I talked about the mic, I talked about the new subscribers. Have I mentioned we have a Discord? We have a Discord. I'll link it down below. Then what else was there? The test saves. I've been working on one of the other test saves. I'm sort of leaning towards buy the trailer park first, but we're not there yet. And we do have $230,000 here to play with. We also have about $500,000 in logging equipment sitting back there. And I'm pretty sure that I'm going to sell that forwarder and that processor and replace it with the ones from FDR, Franklin Delano Roosevelt. Because I tried again on another save to work with things that are set up with the vanilla crane controls, and it wasn't good for me. I'm using, well, my rig is multiple. I've got a Cytec flight yoke system that I'm using as a steering wheel, and throttle quadrant that I'm using with it, and it works surprisingly well for using a tractor and a front loader. I'm not using a fancy schmancy wheel setup. And I'm also using for crane, excavator, and the occasional flying around looking at stuff cinematic controller. I'm using an Xbox controller. And for me and my control input, the FDR controls, the way those are set up, works really well for me. Which is why I'm leaning towards the FDR machines. And I've tested out the new machines that have dropped from FDR that are designed to work with vanilla weight trees. I guess that's how you describe them. Regular weight trees, not the modded FDR trees. And these machines work really well. They behave super well. They're stable. The animations are nice and tight on them. The grapples don't go all floppy and spaghetti on them. Like, so far, the only piece of logging equipment, vanilla logging equipment, I say vanilla to distinguish from the FDR logging equipment. The only one that I've ever really liked so far is the FTG Mojita trailer. And every other, I've tested every other one of them, and they just kind of didn't work for me. They really, really, really didn't work for me. And I was kind of disappointed because I was really getting into logging. But I've used the FTG Mojita and it worked really well, so I just kept on using that on everything. And I'm really happy that, turn around here, I'm really happy that I found another set of mods that are as pleasurable to use as that FTG Mojita, because I do like a bit of forestry now and then. You know, it's an interesting mechanic, and it can be kind of lucrative if you get into it. All right, we're making some grass here. And I think what we're going to do is we are going to... Oh, I heard that. We're going to come back here in a little bit, and we're going to bale this up. And we're probably just going to sit on the bales for now. I'm not sure if we're going to wrap them into silage or not. Probably not. Although, it's a good way to make some cash. But on the other hand, we do own the feed production up at the literal other end of the map. And we can haul this grass up there in whatever form we want, dump it in, and out the other end comes silage. Or we sit on it and we dump some hay in and some other stuff, and out comes some total mixed ration. But strangely enough, for some reason, if we want to use this to make money, and I think that's what we want to do for the first year, is the strange thing is total mixed ration sells for less than silage, and I'm not sure why. But whatever. It's a thing. Alright, how are we doing here? We're doing okay. And, oh, the other thing. That cedar that I said I had converted over to being a direct drill, as you saw in the last episode, turns out I had not, in fact, converted it over into direct drill. And I went back in to look at it, and for the life of me, I can't spot what I'm missing. So if anybody knows, if anybody's actually successfully done that, leave me a comment in the comments and tell me what to look for in the XML that needs changing, and I'll go in and tweak around with it. Failing that, I'm just going to go and find myself another example. I didn't spend a whole lot of time comparing to direct drill seeders. There we go. I just went and I changed the function of it up in the top of the XML. So, but I couldn't find anything further down in the work area processing. So I know I'm missing something. I know it's not that complicated. So if anybody knows, let me know. Otherwise, I'll just spend an afternoon and figure it out. Yet another project on the list. And also, I'm starting work on another build. Oh, uh-oh. I know what that is. So there are collectibles on this map. And they do have collisions, and a lot of them are hidden in the grass. So if you like mowing grass, you'll find a lot of collectibles. I'm starting work on a production shed to work with Production Revamp. If you've played with, there's a set of greenhouses in the ModHub called the multi-crop greenhouses. They let you do, that's the ones that I'm using on Green Mountain. They let you do wheat and potatoes and all of that stuff all out of the greenhouse. What I'm doing is I'm taking the production shed from Green Mountain, and I'm using that as my base for an on-farm production system here. But I'm building it as a Production Revamp mod, I guess. Production Revamp is going to be a dependency on it for it, because I'm going to be using mix formulas and parallel stuff. So that's exciting. I sketched out the XML. I did a test run of it the other night. It's coming together. It's throwing errors, but every time I go through and fix the errors, it throws up different errors, so I feel like I'm making progress, but we're getting there. Alright. This is looking pretty good here. I think I'm going to run around on the inside. The only thing I'm wondering, if I mow on the inside, I just want to do it to knock down this brush and make it look a little less wild. Make it look like somebody actually lives here. Where was I? Oh yeah. Production Revamp, the new shed. I'm doing it. I'm going to have it making stuff. Oops, I ran over sheep. Don't mow the sheep. I wonder how far up the... actually, that's the other reason that I kind of want to at least mow around the outside, is I don't know how far up the navigation mesh for the animals runs. I'm assuming all the way up to the fence, but I'm not sure. And I think I'm only going to do a circuit around, a couple of circuits around the fence, and then we'll look after the middle a little. We'll do this a little bit at a time because we don't want to take down, although if we're going to do it, now is the time to do it. The enhanced animal grazing mod does require you to have grass in the field, but there's built-in safety features to it. So if you want to mow the whole thing, mow the whole thing. I just want these weeds and brush out of here. Or at least out of most of it. I'm not sure if I can even get it out of there. Look out, sheep. Okay, I'm not going to mow the sheep. I'm going to go around the sheep. Or is that a goat? It's hard to tell. All right. Fine. Oh, and this is the other reason that I want to mow this grass, is so I can see what's where. Can I get in there? Or am I collisioned up against something? No, I think I'm good. We're pinned up against the fence, aren't we? There we go. Okay. Also, I'm sort of half-assed looking for collectibles in here. Oh, steer forwards. There we go. Okay, this is looking a little bit better. I'm not exactly sure how I'm going to pick this grass up just yet, because I don't think there's enough room for me to get my windrower in here. I might need to borrow a smaller windrower. Watch out for the chicken. Yeah, I might need to borrow a smaller windrower. I think I have the 6-wheel one in my mod list, and I know I have in my collection a 4-wheel one that's, I think, 1 point some meters wide. That might be the thing, because there's no way I'm going to drag that Vermeer thing through here. It's just too wide. It's just too wide. Okay, there we go. Yeah, that sheep is, oh, on the move. All right. Okay. It's not perfect. It's not perfect, but it is better. All right, I'm just going to do this triangle here, and then we're going to plank down that slurry thing. And then we're going to move on to the next activity. I think this is all right. Yeah, we're just going to catch this triangle here for now. Watch out, goat. Oh, shit, that was a chicken. Okay, maybe first person is the view to use. Actually, you know what I think is the way to go with this, is to do this. Because I said I wanted to see if this would work, and I think it will. And I think this is the right application for it. Look out, chicken. Yep. Okay, so we can mow without clipping through the trees and see what we're doing. And run into the fence. 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 And Yeah, this will work out. Okay, so I am glad that I got the 3-point on the front of this. I have no idea how I'm going to get this grass out of here. Unless I just run around with a bucket and scoop it out by the bucket load. If that's the case, we're only doing this once. But that's all we wanted to do, was just get these brushes and weeds and crap knocked down. Not that there's anything wrong with brushes and weeds and crap, just I want to have a nice clean area for my baby animals. Speaking of, look out, baby animal. Okay. And then we spin back. Okay. Okay. And we're, yeah, that's pretty good. Also, like in real life, or at least in real life when I was up on the farm growing up, we used to keep things cut back pretty well because where we were in northern Ontario, we had weasels up there and they would go after the chickens. So we would keep things cut back pretty well so that the dog would have a chance to get to the weasels before the weasels got to the chickens. And I don't know if you've ever dealt with a weasel, but they're kind of vicious little bastards. Okay. This is working out. I don't even know if we're going to bail this. Hey, mushies. Cool. Yeah, I don't know if we're going to bail this or just leave it here. I'd like to turn it into compost, but... actually, that is something else that we can do here. If we're going to be going compost, then we can do that. All right. This is looking pretty good. At least I can see what's going on in here now. And we're at about 25 minutes. So I'm going to run back. And I'm going to grab that Vermeer windrower, come back here, windrow up along the fences on the outside, and bale up at least on the other side. And I'm going to make room because we're going to start putting down some... we're going to start putting down some greenhouses and some... Yeah, we're going to spend a little bit of money today. So I'll be right back, and we'll be in a construction phase then. You'll see. Okay, so I spent a little bit of money, and I picked up this. This is from the Hay and Forage pack. Not the Hay and Forage pack. That's a different game. That's probably Cyberpunk. Anyway, I got this thing here. It's a, well, it's a merger. And hopefully it'll work for us in this area here. We're going to try it out. And while I was off camera and thinking about stuff, I don't know if I explained or I mentioned it in the past episode. But one thing that I'm going to try to do on here is that there's going to be two things. One of them is that I don't want to lease equipment if I can at all avoid it, because we're going to be making a pile of cash on this map. So let's try to not lease equipment. Oh, there's a collision on that. Can I hit it again? Yeah, sure can. There we go. I missed it that time. Sorry. Yeah, we're going to be making a pile of cash on this map. So I'm going to try and run with no lease equipment. And we're going to try and run with no contracts unless we've got the equipment. Maybe. I don't know. We're going to be kind of busy for the first little while to do contracts anyway. But theoretically, if we can, no contracts unless we own our equipment. Unless things get really, really slow. that subject change. Basically, whatever makes the game fun and gives it a little bit of a challenge. Yeah, this is working out pretty well. And I bet you if I were to Control W this, although I don't really need to, I'm running hands off the oak right now, and it's behaving pretty well. Okay. Now we just have to not run into our baby animals. Look out, baby animals. Okay. Fine, fair enough. Yeah, so no leasing equipment. We're going to probably try for no loans too. And again, like I say, because of the amount of cash that we're going to be dumping into or getting out of this map just from production, I don't think we really need loans. So that's the closest thing to rules that we have. And actually, you know what? I'm going to run around the outside. Around the outside. Around the outside. I'm going to run around the outside of this fence and pull it off of the fence with this thing to give us a fighting chance with the Vermeer. Because I know, me personally, that Vermeer, once I get into tight quarters with it, chances are good that I'm going to get it hooked on something. I kind of like this, by the way. I've used this, I played with these on Silver Run. There's one that does, you know, I don't even know how I would get in behind there. I don't think I can. You know what? We can do one of these. We'll have to pretend we're doing snow removal. If you haven't got the Hay and Forage pack, yeah, or even if you do, I encourage you to try these out. They can get you out of a lot of jams. Okay, so we're going to come around and we're going to turn ourselves back, and we're going to try and get back into that corner. Okay, and we're going to shut it down for a second, and we're going to set ourselves up for a left swath. Because I think if I come in like this... Oh. I think I can probably get the baler through here. I'm going to try to not bale up any of the lambs. That would be bad. Okay. Yeah, it's like running a big sweeper brush on it, basically. Watch out for the buildings. Okay, so I think that these 3 trees may be among the first to go. Alright, work around the tree and the lamb. Okay, so now if I switch this over to right swath again and kind of try and push it into the middle here. Okay, so this is working out. Like I say, the thing that I'm concerned most about is getting through here with the baler. And maybe, actually, yeah, this will come through here. We'll push everything over in between that tree and here. And the next question is do we need a smaller baler? Beep beep, look out. We'll pretend that one moved. It moved. You saw it. Yeah, do we need a smaller baler to work around in here? Or is there something even as... I kind of don't want to deal with forage wagons, but it may come to that. Okay. And the reason I don't want to deal with forage wagons is... I don't know, I just want to deal with forage wagons. Whatever. I'm in a baler mood. Sometimes I'm in a big forage wagon mood. Sometimes in a baler mood. Okay, so we don't want to go any further like that, but what we do want to do is get back over on this side here. Like, I remember at one point I was all about the forage pickups. Are we going the right way? Yeah, we're going the right way. I was all about the forage pickups and forage harvesters, and that kind of fell off. And then I was all about the swather, and that kind of fell off. But that's mostly because of the size of map I'm playing on now. You know, I don't think that I'm going to be able to get around that tree. That tree may have to come out of that corner. We'll see. Yeah, bang into the tree with the expensive thing. I bet you these are... This was only 26,000 in-game dollars. Game dollars? What do we call them? What do we call... Oh, space bucks. 26,000 space bucks. I bet you in real life these things are kind of pricey. I think I'm going to have to go around this way and get it from this side. And there's no way I can get all of it. All right. Whatever. The sheep can eat it. It'll be fine. Okay, there we go. That leaves a little bit down there to clean up, and then we come back with... I'm going to try and get in here with that New Holland baler. I'm not 100% sold on that baler, by the way. I like it. It's a lovely model. It looks good. It works okay. I'm using it on one of my Quebec saves, and I kind of want to get some different equipment going. I've got the Vermeer baler going on a test save. It's okay. I like it. But again, I'm using it in a couple of different places. And I'm trying to diversify, I guess is what I'm trying to say. I don't want to be using the same mods over and over and over again, because what's the fun in that? Although in some cases, there's some things that you can there's only one good mod for, right? Rollers. There's not a lot of rollers out there. Or rather, there's not a lot of North American-ish looking rollers. I've got the Brilliant... I don't think I have that on the save yet, but it's probably going to be the one. And then there's the John Deere. I forget the number of it. But it's the John Deere that's meant to be towed behind the planter. And I'm using that on another save, and it works out really, really well. It's nice and wide. I think it's like 12 meters wide or something like that. Okay, so now can we get... Almost, eh? Almost. So yeah, if anybody knows of a good roller mod that's kind of North American-ish, I'll go to the outside camera just to see. I want to get that bit that's right in here. I think I can. There we go. Also, I thought there was a mod to keep you from flipping through the trees. I can't remember what one it is. Yeah, you eat up that grass. Okay, so it's buried itself in the grass. All right. Okay, that's pretty good. Yeah, I like this. I wasn't sure about it. I thought, I don't know, it's a lot of money. But for tight quarters like this, I think it's the way to go. And we are definitely going to take these trees down and put something else in here. That might be another mod we messed around with, hand plant saplings. I've tried it a couple of times on Silver Run. I've never really got it to work super consistently. But that might be just a me problem. Okay. Yep, alright, so we clean this up, then we go and we clean up that corner. B. And then we figure out what we're going to do with the baler. Or what we're going to do for a baler. I think the New Holland will get in here. There we go. If not, what else? Well, I mean, no matter what I do, I'm going to be dragging some sort of dragging thing through here. There's not a whole lot of option to that. Be it baler or forage wagon, they'll both have about the same body size and turning radius. The advantage of forage wagon is I just come through here, pick it up, and we're done. Whereas baler, I'd come through, bale it, then I have to come through with something else and pick it up. Although we're only going to get 1 or 2 bales off this anyway, so whatever. Okay, back this up. Drop that down, and this ought to about do it for in here. We'll give it one more pass. Yeah. Give us a nice windrow, so that way we only have to rip around here with whatever device we choose once. Alright, there we go. Yep, okay. Alright, so I'm going to go and clean up the hay on the outside. I decided to do hay because the sheep, they do take hay. And they have space for it. So I'll give them a little bit of that, and that will be that. So I'm going to get the hay sorted out here, and I'll come back whenever we figure out how exactly we're going to bale this up. We'll see in a little bit. Okay, here we go. We're going to see if this actually works. I'm not sure this is going to work, but we're going to find out. I mean, so far, so good. And actually, it looks like we're picking up a pretty good quantity of grass. That little windrower, or merger, technically, worked out really well. All I did was one pass around the outside with the Vermeer to give it a little bit of a cleanup, and it was good. Okay, 100 there. So one thing that I've started doing as I'm baling is I don't leave automatic bale drop on. I just drop the bale and then I turn automatic drop off, so that way when I inevitably forget and blow past my mark, I can just back up a couple of feet without having a bale behind me. And that seems to be working. And actually, it seems to be it seems to be reminding me to keep an eye on what I'm doing. This is mighty tight in here, and it's only going to get worse, isn't it? Ah, it'll be fine. It'll be fine. 100, there we go. Okay, so 2 bales so far. I figured we'd only get 2, but maybe we took down a little bit more grass than we thought we would. And at least now we can see our animals moving around. And we've left them enough in the middle, not that they're going to use it. The grazing add-on, it only kicks in when their food stores are below 80%. And they're jacked right full right now, so they're not going to be grazing. They're just going to be eating out of the trough till those go down a little bit. But I do want to get some hay in there to get the mix going for the sheep, because I don't know if it's the sheep or the goats, like I said before, but something in the sheep and goat enclosure is giving milk. And I kind of, you know, I honestly haven't played without Maize Plus in a long time, so I don't really remember what vanilla feeding works like. And this map, it has a modified, its own version of feeding going on, so I'm not really sure if we really need to be concerned about... Okay, see, and this is why I turned off bale drop, because I want to back this out of the way, because we're going to be going around the corner. Yep, that's good there. I don't know if this has... I don't really remember how feeding and milk production work outside of Maize Plus. Can we even get that? Actually, maybe if we fold the tines in, yeah. It'll give us another foot. Nope. Oh, just barely. All right. Go through the branches. I'm actually surprised that this is working. Okay. Awesome. Okay, good. So, we'll get ourselves out of here and we'll come outside. And I'm going to drop these bales over here. I've got the automatic, no, I don't have it loaded up on this save. Do I? No, I don't have it loaded up. Oh well. So I'm going to bale up the hay and then we're going to call it a day here. Because we've got a lot done. Got. English is my first language, but apparently not. We got a lot done today. We got this baled up. And there we go. Is it going to flip over to hay? It might if I had the pickup header down. I had the pickup down. Oh, it's not picking up. Oh, it's because we're full. All right. Yeah, okay. It must be getting late in the video. All right. So I'm just going to bail this up and we're going to call it a day after this. So I'll take this opportunity to say once again, welcome to y'all, the newcomers. And welcome to or thanks to y'all who have stuck with us this far. I really appreciate that. I think it's kind of cool that I get to make stuff and that you actually watch it. So thank you very much. If you like what we're doing, leave us a thumbs up. If you don't like what we're doing, leave us a... Yeah, forgot my thing on. See? Yeah. So turn off automatic drop. If you don't like what we're doing, leave us a thumbs up and explain in the comments what it is below. Sure, whatever the city planner plays thing is. Thanks for coming out. I appreciate y'all. Check out our Discord, and we'll catch you on the next one. Take care of yourselves, y'all.